Look at this monster stretched across the sky, this freaking huge plume. In every direction, it's just gonna get worse from here. The U-turns are freaking stupid as hell. But I just wanted to show you guys this monster plume. Look at it. Who the hell wouldn't be suspicious of this?
Every day the dawn brings up hope and strength, and each day brings the promise of the miracle. Believe, my friend, believe, and I promise you, there is hope.
Hey guys, this is Madison Star Moon, and will you look at these wicked, creepy chem clouds? Now I'm going to give you a better view than this. It looks like, hold on. Look at this unnatural, toxic soup. There's not a real cloud in the sky. That is just fucking nasty. How are y'all doing?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing?
Good, I won't record you.
Oh, you're fine.
All right.
Are you looking at the dragonflies?
I'm looking at this disgusting, toxic, freaking mess of fake clouds. Look at these clouds. Do you think they're real?
That's why it's going to rain
All right.
on Friday. Okay? That's called seeding. Yes,
But look at this. This is fucking gross. Everything, it looks like cotton web.
That's what
And
they
the
do.
dragonflies are cool, though.
Yeah.
It's like a swarm of dragonflies.
That's why they're here. But yes, seeding.
Yep. Death trails.
But dragonflies, they're magnificent. Don't you know about growing and having beehives and...
Yeah. I'm all about it.
Yeah, well, this is one thing, and that's another thing.
Yeah. Now they're bringing out the big guns with the huge plumes, the chemtrail plumes.
I've had a great respect for Amanda and how she's challenged the system and how she's brought recognition to the issue of chemtrails especially. And you know, this is heavy on my heart and it has been for the last year. I've been a chemtrail activist for a long time now. As soon as I inserted myself, I recognized that it was the single most important issue that we have to face as a human species today.
Right.
And, you know, so I try to help with the cause, I guess. And Amanda doing some extraordinary work in Virginia Beach, and she's helping with the cause extraordinarily too.
I don't feel so much tired. I just feel like I can't concentrate, and it's unusual for me because I usually have good focus, but I really do believe that we're being culled. I really do. There is definitely something going on. I mean, look, I think that they're trying to cull people in any way they can because we're useless eaters. In one respect, that's what they think. If you're not an elitist, then you're useless. Everything that they do outside from nature, I mean, I don't think nature is, you know, I think nature is very benevolent, but we try to, like, we synthesize stuff from nature and we make it morbid. So everything that we do affects us in a negative way, in some respect or another. So, yeah, it's nefarious.
Yeah, but what I don't fall for is the controlled opposition argument that we cannot stop, quote-unquote, geoengineering. That makes me want to claw my own eyes out because it makes me so mad because it's a fucking lie. Okay? And I apologize for cussing like this because I hardly ever do that, but it is a lie. We can stop geoengineering. We can stop chemtrails. It's a secret, clandestine, exotic weapon from the military. Why would we need them to spray that on us?
They're saying one thing and doing two things at the same time. So maybe they're selling in one respect, we're trying to SRM, the you know, solar radiation management, and at the same respect they're doing something else in addition to that. So there's probably two or three things that they're doing with this program. And we all notice it. We all see it. We see the lines in the sky, and then we see them spread out, and then we see whitened skies. We all know it's happening, and the fact that we see it and we get shut down by so many different people saying that no, it's just condensation. It's just ridiculous. It's the con in contrails.
Right. Okay, but they can't say we're not doing anything. We're not spraying anything. They're contrails, but we need to continue it forever. We need to continue forever doing nothing, which is ridiculous. I want to go to Rebecca real quick. You said you were having some health issues due to the chemtrails, right? You can feel the effects?
Right, and I want to make a quick remark before I forget, because I'm like John. It's like I'm having a real hard time focusing because of all of the metals that they're putting into the air. Even though I cleanse, it's just a daily battle. But if you're why do they have a patent for invisible contrails? If contrails are just water compensation, then why do they have a patent for invisible contrails? Why do they need to make them invisible?
Well, I can answer that. The reason why they have first of all, there's two different reasons. One is to say that they're not intentionally putting contrails out there, that they can use something else to make it disappear. They do that for military. That's a military patent to basically hide the trail of an airplane so that you can't track where it's been or where it's going. So they came up with that, I think more than 20 years ago, didn't they? Or 10 years ago? At least.
Okay, well, what's the other reason?
The other reason is because that way they can say, well, we're not intentionally trying to put contrails out there, so we have a patent.
Well, they're doing a damn horrible job. Here in Virginia Beach, we don't have a sky, people. I live here. This is a daily attack. I take pictures of it all the time. I rant like a lunatic online. You guys know that I'm not going to stop. This is an attack here, and I don't know about where other people live. Maybe they're spraying something else where you live. But without us having, the officials come forward and test this stuff and admit something, we've just got to keep pressing them.
That it's not just here. It's in other countries as well. And Australia, of course, Max Bliss, and, New Zealand is getting bombarded. There's tons of people actively trying to make people more aware of what's going on. But you talk to the average person, small doses of poison eventually will kill you. They won't kill you right away, and the accumulation of whatever the heavy metals are in your bloodstream, they basically bioaccumulate in your blood, and they get thicker and thicker and thicker. They don't just leave. So, again, I'm a big advocate of getting your blood tested and finding out what's going on inside your body, because even though you can't get the water sampled by a government official or whatever, you can get your blood tested.
Yeah, and we can do other stuff. I still have 2 freezer bags full of chemtrail snow, which I am going to do something with. It's still legitimate and valid. I have other people connected on here. I want to see who this is. Who's 480?
Amanda, that's Ed in Sedona, Arizona.
Ed, okay. Okay, sorry about that. So what's going on with you, Ed? Do you still live in the jungle?
For those that don't know, Sedona, Arizona, it's probably one of the most beautiful places on the planet. It's filled with red rocks, and it's a very sacred place for the American Indians for several hundred years, and now it's a tourist destination. But the skies have been blue for the most part, and I started noticing chemtrails occurring when I moved here in 2011. And as an engineer, I noticed that something wasn't quite right when you started seeing U-turns in the sky and things like that. So over time, we've seen an increase in chemtrails. Nearby Sedona is the Verde Valley, which has one of the highest cancer rates in the state of Arizona, and Arizona has one of the highest cancer rates in the country, and they don't understand why. So we don't understand why it's occurring. That could be part of the artifact. But one thing that we do know is that there's a lot of people that are getting sick here. There's a high cancer rate. There's high respiratory problem rates. So I had formed a group called Coalition for Concerned Citizens, and it really addressed all the different potential health issues that were occurring in the area. And one thing that was predominant was everybody's interest in chemtrails. And it was a new concept back then. And we started studying, and we discovered and started linking with other organizations across the country. There's the Arizona Skywatch out of Phoenix, California Skywatch. So there's quite an awareness here. This is also a very enlightened community. They're used to questioning the status quo. We're concerned about smart meters and concerned about all sorts of other things that are happening, not just chemtrails. So we consider ourselves to be an awakened community. And so, man, I just want to appreciate you for your postings. And one of the things that we advocated was not, just to certainly create an awareness. There's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, this has been disguised. There's been purposeful disinformation from the governments, not just the U.S., but the governments of the world.
There's chemtrails being sprayed, and it's making everybody mad. And the people that are not mad about it just don't know about it. And as soon as we educate everyone and let them know that, this is an ongoing military operation to spray biological material onto you for whatever purposes they have, and they're using commercial jets as well. But see, the mainstream society doesn't realize this.
Good afternoon, OPPT.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Is this the EPA?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yes. I would like to place a formal report about pollution over top of my house coming out of jets.